This video contains spoilers for One Shot Solstice, and the Ibex cinematic universe. About a year ago, I played One Shot for the first time, and it was pretty good. But while the Solstice route did actually help me out mentally in a dark time earlier this year, I never released the footage on it, like, at all. Because when I started to edit the footage, I realized it's kind of just me going through the motions. I wasn't really making any jokes. It's just kind of, doing the walking simulator. And this isn't necessarily a fault of the game. Like I said, it really helped me out personally. I just didn't feel confident in actually making that content. It just wasn't. It was just playing the game, and there wasn't really much of me in it because I wasn't really in that mind space, I guess, to do that. And while I've thought to either go back and edit it now, I've even thought to get like really meta and like hit up the world machine to do Solstice again. FBI, open up! I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it'd be the same problem again, but I really want to do something more with this game. Like, it really affected me, and it's got some good messaging in it. I want to give it something. So today, we're going to be playing the 10th anniversary spin-off game, Pancake episode. Okay, I haven't actually tried running this yet, so this could... Oh, there it goes! Well, let this be a lesson, kids. Scan it first. I know it's Night Margin and all those lovely people that you like, but just hang on a second. Feel free to keep working. I mean, this is kind of my job. I don't really know what you want me to do there. Okay, run anyway. That's loud. Who did the art? This is actually really nice. Sheeper, Sheeper Fay. Ah, sounds like a fancy pancake. Well, let's see how this goes. Is there anything how do I... There we go. I forget how to do... Nope. There we go. Buttons. I don't know what your voice is. Hi, everyone. As you know, it's the 10th year anniversary of One Shot. Really? Well, the original version, anyway. So I thought I'd decorate the cafe. We opened extra early today, so nobody's shown up yet. Except me! Yeah! What? I thought nobody was there. Who's clapping? Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Actually, that could be a thumbnail. I'm here on a very special mission today. Can you guess what it is? I don't know. I wonder what it could be about. Does it involve a celebration cake? Of the pan variety? How'd you know? You, literally told me a minute before the camera turned off. Oh, right. Today, I'll be showing everyone how to make Mama's special pancakes. And he'll be helping. Because he's a grown-up and I'm not old enough to use the stove without adult supervision. Amazing training. But didn't you, like, set things on fire before? Alright, then follow me to the kitchen. We can go backstage? Hello? Or we could just leave. Nico, leave right now. Crap. This is the kitchen. I cleaned it up pretty good. You'd never know that we had a fire last week. Another one? Right? Hello. Do you think you can handle it? Of course. I help Mama out in the kitchen all the time. Especially when making pancakes. I even wrote down the recipe. Oh, there's pages. Okay, I was looking like, that text is so tiny. How am we gonna read all of that? And surprisingly legible for crayon. I mean, can we... Editor, enhance. I don't know what you're talking about. Like I said, these pancakes are very special, so I wrote a lot. It takes Mama a long time to make, start to finish. She even makes the syrup herself. She makes this... Syrup is really hard to make. What? Sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes, in life, you gotta work hard. Oh? It says here that we need cups of Hold on, work hard for what? You weren't done. What are... cups? Oh no. This world is British. Measuring? Cups? You have to measure cups? Not sure if I get it. Don't you cook for your job? How do you cook without measuring cups? Or measuring spoons? How do you know how much flour to use? That's a good point, but counter argument. Half my family is Caribbean, and they don't do that. They just say, you just put this in there, and you do this much of that, you just a handful of that, and you throw it in there, and it works. I mean, they cook better than we do, so I weigh it? Oh yeah, I hear that people in the city do that. Sounds like a hassle. They have to use a scale every time they cook. Well, we do live in a city. No, not your city, my city. The cities we have back home. Right. Using a scale all the time sounds hard. It'd be much easier if we had measuring cups and spoons. I still don't know what those are, though. Like, amount-wise. Maybe we need to get some help. Hold on. Don't ask me, I don't know it well enough. Okay. Phew. You brought a friend! Yep, and he's willing to help us. Willing isn't exactly the right word here. Wow, he's just like red. This better be good. Of course! I wouldn't call you if it wasn't an emergency. A dire, sticky, sugary, delicious emergency. Hold on, there's a cake right there. Pancakes are more important, I'm just saying. Ugh. You want me to do gram conversions, don't you? Maybe. So much for this not being a pain in the... assuming this world is only calibrated in the metric system, and my database on other units only has a limited sample size, so it does not account for various contingencies. So like I said, they're literally just British. So it might not be exactly... How much does a cup of flour weigh? 120 grams, roughly. Whoa, you answered so fast! A simple query like that does not take long to... How much does 3 cups of water weigh? 720 grams. How about half a cup of beans? Depends on the bean. Pinto. Yeah, why do you need what? Huh? How about 100 cups of ice cream? Vanilla. It's 20,400 grams or 21.4 kilograms. Are you having fun? Is a kilogram of steel heavier than a kilogram of feather? Oh no. Nobody told me my dad made the 10th anniversary. Do not test my patience. You never answered the feather question. I refuse to entertain it any further. Oh, while you were gone, I dug this thing out from storage. From storage? You have a freezer? What is it? Why don't you turn on the switch to find out? There's a switch on the cake? Oh, a music player. I thought it would be fitting here. Okay. Pulling a cake out of just some random drawer would not be safe, so I was a little concerned. Does it play any other songs? It's only the birthday song, I'm afraid. I like to play heavy metal like in the cooking show. It's also kind of funny that you have to light it on fire every time. Look at though, fire is cool. Fire is hot. Is Night Marching my dad? I think it's a level 3 safety violation and therefore extremely stupid. Don't worry, the candle isn't real. Convincing though, right? Oh. Then it's just stupid. You know, I don't know a profit by being that bad. Actually, that's distracting. Turn it off, please. Yeah, please. Well, now that Proto's here to help us, we can continue. For those of you following along, you would need a gram scale. And if you have measuring cups and spoons like I do at home, you could use those instead. Sorry, my mouse is probably on the screen. It would probably be a lot easier. Next up is ingredients. Since this recipe is so long, we should probably split it into 3 parts. It kinda is 3 recipes in one. That's what Mama does. You have to do it in a specific order for the best results. Okay, I'll go get everything ready. Quite the list we have here. Oh, sometimes I like to mix sugar in my water before I drink it. I do that with my syrup and milk. And milk? I thought you weren't a cat. Frankly, I don't understand why anyone would not use the metric system. Don't you start this now. It seems hard. Like something you do in a lab, not in a kitchen. Kitchen is kind of like a lab if you think about it. Cooking is basically chemistry in its own way. Frankly, I don't understand why anyone would not use... Oh, no, we read that already. The bane of RPGs, reading the same dialogue over again. These are hazelnuts. Mama always starts with this step, where she turns hazelnuts into hazelnut candy. You sprinkle them on top of the pancakes later. He also says this recipe is pretty dangerous for a kid, so I normally only help with the first steps. I'm not old enough to use knives on my own either, so you'll have to do this part. Take about half a cup of hazelnuts, 65 grams, and cut them up like the sound effects. You know, I would have said a knife was okay, but if it's a giant machete like that, yeah, don't have the kid use that. You can save the crumbs and just mix it with the hazelnut flour though. Toast the hazelnut pieces on the pan on low and medium heat for 5 minutes until they turn brown and smell nice. Careful though, you don't want it to burn. Wow, amazing stirring animation right here. Oh, I think the pan dinged, but it's only been 3 minutes. All stoves and pans are a little different, so they heat up at different speeds. You know, this is an actual guide. I'm not sure how much this I should read. Now that they said that part, I'm like, okay, this is just a recipe, but... Okay, then you turn off the heat and dump out all the hazelnuts onto a plate or bowl. Or just the counter if it's clean. Please say it's clean. Are they cool enough to touch yet? Yep. Let me do it. Mama always lets me do this part. I like to use my sleeves. Wait, Mama isn't around to wash my coat afterwards. If you use your bare hands, it'll probably take longer. Now turn the pan on medium heat to melt the sugar while stirring the pan. Mama says melted sugar is super hot, so it can really hurt if you touch it. I'll stay over here. I can't believe something as tasty as sugar can be so dangerous. Mama usually keeps on the stove for another 3 minutes or so for all the sugar to melt. Side note, actually, does it say on Discord that I'm playing this game? Okay, that's good. Nobody needs to know that this is happening. Ooh, in silk. Hello? Be careful, okay? I'll be fine. Oh, did you burn yourself? Nope. Just surprised it melted as fast as it did. Don't scare me like that. Okay, take it off the heat. Hurry. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing and be like, can you please just this is dangerous. It's probably bubbling all over the place and onto the stove. And, Ori, what happened? Why are you in again? They'll stick together at least a little bit. And again, it's really hot, so definitely don't touch it. Child's milk again? Oh, the sugar, okay. Don't try to break it up with your hands, though. Sugar can be as sharp as another cool betrayal of the world's most delicious substance. Do you have a jar or airtight container? Otherwise, the sugar will get sticky after a while. Say, why is that? Yeah? Why are you looking in my direction? Because you're the smartest guy here. Oh. Because sugar has hygroscopic properties, which means it attracts the water molecules in the air. The water molecules would then disrupt the crystal structure of the hardened sugar you just made. You heated the sugar up to about 150 degrees Celsius, also referred to as the hard crack stage. In this stage, the sugar is hard and brittle, and crunchy. But as the hardened sugar continues to pull moisture from the air and thus disrupting its crystal structure, it would lose its brittleness. Water is able to do this because it is a polar molecule, which means it has two differently charged regions. I am loving this, by the way. I'm like, I understand what we're saying. The oxygen atom holds a partially negative charge, while the hydrogen atoms hold a partially positive charge. This polarity gives water the ability to attract other polar molecules. And not only that, the pair of hydrogen bonds in the water molecule also. This goes on for another 5 minutes. Come on! I kind of want to read it again. I'm learning words. Are you learning, or are you just hearing them? I'll just go put these in a jar with some silica gel packets. You keep extra silica gels on you? Silica gel, a form of silicon, here we go, is extremely porous with a large surface area that facilitates moisture absorption and retention. It has the ability to absorb 40% of its own weight in water and is used as a commercial desiccant. In our case, it would absorb all the moisture on a small enclosed space, the sealed jar. Good to know. Oh, and that was it. We're making the syrup next. Oh, syrup, super simple to make. Well, I think it's scary. Because we're melting sugar again. I'll stay over here, away from the stove. Ah, safe knives. We'll need 2 tablespoons of it. Hang on, how do they know what tablespoons are then? Butter knife is safe for a little old me. On my side, we need a cup of brown sugar. 208 grams. Side note, guys. What's the difference between white and brown sugar? Because I would have said the white sugar comes from cane. But I think it's the brown sugar that comes from cane. So where does where does the commercial white sugar come from? Anyway. Oh, don't forget to add the maple syrup. 2 tablespoons, right? 40 grams. Say, why do we have to cook this syrup to melt it when maple syrup always stays a liquid? Because it's a thicker liquid and the viscosity of it. I'm not sure if it's... I keep forgetting if something is more viscous, then it's more runny, or if it's less viscous, it's more running. I don't remember which way around it is. But you're making it more runny, I would assume. You're looking at me again. Maple syrup contains invert sugars, which are structurally different from table sugar. Invert sugars have better moisture retention properties. They're not really readily crystallized. It's difficult to add invert sugar to syrups made of regular sugar in order to prevent the mixture from recrystallizing, which would lead to a grainy texture. I normally just use honey or corn syrup for that. Then it won't taste as good. I would know the difference regardless. He better get paid for this or something afterwards. Should he get paid? Is he just hanging out? I don't know, man. Nico, can you pass me the butter? I cut it in little cubes like Mama does. Is that okay? Nice. I mean, from my experience, butter kind of melts fast, so... Especially with how hot the sugar is, you might not need to cut it at all. Just throw the stick in there. I'm not sure, though. Maybe you need less than a whole stick. Then we just take it off the heat and leave it in the pan to cool down to eating temperature. Careful not to touch it, though. Now we're finally ready to make pancake batter. The main event. Yep, it's a 3 mixing bowl recipe. Wait, are we almost done? 1 bowl for dry ingredients, 1 bowl for wet ingredients, and 1 bowl just for the egg white. That's how you really know it's special, huh? Because of all the dishes you'll have to clean afterward. It's not a labor of love without the labor, as Mom always say. The first bowl is the egg white bowl. It needs to be super... First bowl is the egg white bowl. It needs to be super clean. No oil or it'll ruin everything. I like to wipe down the bowl with some lemon juice, just to be sure. Then you want to take an egg and separate out the egg white. What? How do you separate? Hold on. That's not a simple thing, dude. How do you separate the egg white? Or is it simple? Am I making... Never mind, don't worry about it. You can't mix any egg yolk into the egg white because egg yolks have oil in it. Say. Oh no. Because egg white is a pure protein. Protein molecules tend to link to each other when partially denatured through mechanical force, such as whisking. The whisking process would also introduce a lot of air into the mixture, causing the protein mesh to become a foam. Oil molecules would disrupt that mesh structure, causing the foam to collapse. That was what you were going to ask. How'd you know? Imagine if it wasn't. We're back to the eggs. I can also dig it out with my hands, but then my hands would get slimy. I just use a separator. What is that? What is that? Hello, you. So is it solid in the mid? They're just showing the thing. There we go. Oh, because it's too big. Because they're well bonded to. Okay. Okay. We're learning. Whoops. Why did I open the calculator? Oh, that's handy. I know. It's handy because then you don't need to use your hands. We can leave the egg white alone for now. It doesn't get lonely. It won't because it's just an egg. Alright, then we take the bowl with the egg yolk and mix it with half a cup of buttermilk, which is very tasty. But butter is the milk, is the separated part of the milk. You're just remaking milk. Anyway, 112 grams. You'll want 3 tablespoons of regular milk to go with that too. 45 grams. Mix it all together and leave that alone too. You can put it next to the first bowl so that it doesn't get lonely. It won't get lonely, it's just milk. This is a huge kitchen, dear. Okay, now I want to take the sitter and put in half a cup of flour. 60 grams. Oh, but then I gotta make a tablespoon of flour out. 8 grams. Leaving you with 52 grams of flour. Right. Then add a tablespoon of cornstarch. 2 tablespoons of hazelnut flour. The best part. 14 grams. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. The other best part. Then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. The best... No, it does not taste great on its own. How would you know? And finally, a pinch of salt. Less than 1 gram. Don't add too much or the pancakes will be salty. Might still taste good though. I've put too much salt in a lot of things before. I've had things with too much salt a lot before. I'm not sure about that. Don't even joke like that. Thank you. I wasn't joking. There are salty pancakes out there too, you know? I like to make mine with shredded vegetables, such as I'll pretend not to hear you while I sift all this flour. And then you mix it by hand one last time before adding it onto the buttermilk milk. Yep. You want to pour in the flour mixture slowly, then mix it with a spatula real gentle. If you overmix, the pancakes will get tough. Though I don't know, because it develops the gluten in the flour. The gluten is a mixture of proteins found in wheat flour, which is created when flour is mixed with water and further developed into elastic polymers. Thanks. Gluten is great for making bread, but not so great if you want to make something softer like pancakes. Oh, so it's like leaven. Okay. You don't add as much water, it's flatter. I didn't know that. I'm learning. Some people are also really allergic to gluten, so I gotta clean the kitchen really well for customers with allergies. Oh. I feel bad for them because they can't have these pancakes. Maybe they can use gluten-free flour. Might not be the exact same, but maybe. I mean, with all the things that we're adding, the sugars and stuff, that wouldn't really matter. If you were just plain pancake, you'd probably notice, but with all the sugar and hazelnuts, it's probably fine. Such a workout. Make food. Who knew? We'll need to wait a few more minutes for the batter to be ready. That's such a bad joke. You gotta take your whisk and whisk the egg whites a lot until it turns all white. That part is pretty hard, I'll admit. It takes more forever to do this. An electric whisk will make this a lot easier. Oh, that's a thing? Yeah. What is this? Electricity! That's handy. That's why it's called a hand mixer. That's not actually why it's called that. Say, why is it called that, Proto? A couple of just lemon juice in the egg whites will also help. Ooh, right, Mama does that too. I always wondered why that is. Because acid helps stabilize the protein foam. A slightly lower pH would keep the natural protein naturally loose. Oh, it's for pH. That's so specific. You put it in for the pH. This also tries to be able to incorporate more air bubbles, creating a more stable foam. Originally, the acid most commonly used for meringue is a cream of tartar. Oh, I love tartar sauce. It's great in potato salad. Oh, we normally just use it for seafood. Like a cat? Especially fish. I like fish. And before you say... Sorry. I assure you that's a coincidence. But maybe that's why they named a famous cat after tartar sauce? Tartar sauce is something completely unrelated. I also wondered that. The name tartar in cream of tartar comes from potassium bitartrate, potassium salt tartaric acid, which potassium is a funny word. Ah, but there's a bad word in the middle. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. What? Oh. Oh, you're right. Well, you just said a word to... Okay. You know what? Pronounced podium. Podium. That sounds... Okay, so I left for like 40 minutes, so update. I figured out the difference between white sugar and brown sugar, kind of. The brown sugar has molasses, which I didn't realize molasses came from refining sugar. The problem is, I don't know if that means they added molasses or they just didn't take it out. So I have more questions now on the difference now. The egg's at soft peak right now. Do I keep going? Mama usually whisk it until you can turn the bowl upside down. Yeah, that sounds like something I would do though. Without anything falling out, of course. Because that would just make a huge mess. Half a minute of electric mixers, and it's ready now. So fast. Such is the power of technology. Now we put the foam in the batter and do the full mixing thing again. But we have to pour the egg foam into the batter, not the other way around. Otherwise, it might mess up its conscience. Its conscience? Okay, consistency. I knew that. Oh, and you have to use this batter right away, or it'll go flat over time. There isn't even a microwave in here. That's amazing. On this channel, we don't like microwaves. At least me. I can't really speak for everybody else. It just... Anyway, that's a long story. I don't really know the other steps because it's on a stove. Oh, right. We don't have the regular griddle right now. Griddle? It was damaged in the fire. I'll just have to make these in the pan. That's what Mama does. She uses a really heavy black pan for these. I think it's called, cat's iron? Okay. Cast iron. Silly me. We are not. I'm guessing the meme got worse over the last 10 years. We only have stainless steel pans right now. So butter would definitely help it not stick to the pan. Though that might not make very smooth looking pancakes. Butter tends to make it look more bubbly. But it'll taste great. I'd eat a stick of butter by itself if I could. You know, some people do that, actually, I think. How much batter does your mom normally use? Let's see. About 1/3 of a cup? Conversion data for pancake batter not found in database. Please hurry up. It's gonna be shooting out all over the place. And that batter would make a pancake about 4 inches across. So we'll end up with 5 or 6 pancakes. You can make them bigger, but they'll be harder to flip. If it feels solid enough to live without collapsing, it's ready to flip and really any color. I expected this. The first pancake is always ugly. Why does that sound like a really good analogy for how YouTube channels work? Same on the other side too. I guess the pan isn't hot enough yet. That's okay. The Muslim will accept the ugly pancake. Now to make the rest. Don't forget to add more... Hey! I'll crank the heat up a notch to 4 this time. Maybe this will help it brown better. I don't want to turn it up too high because it might burn. Nothing's sadder than a burned pancake. Oh, this pancake turned out nicer. The pan is too hot now, so if I add more butter now, it'll explode. Scary. Because butter is an emission of fat. Wait, didn't ask you this time. I want to hear you though, I'm sorry, I just saying. Because butter is a motion of fat and water, both of which do not mix with each other. The explosions are caused by the water rapidly turning into steam under high temperatures. Wait, it actually does explode? I thought we were exaggerating. Yeah, that's why you don't put on a grease fire with water. Guess we can adjust the heat as we cook the rest. And done! Oh, we finished! How long did it take? Oh, I thought this was gonna be the whole video. Are we just about ready to put everything together? Yup. Let me do it! Okay, so we stack the pancakes and add a skewer of butter to it like this. Then, where's the syrup? It's over there, on the stove. Back in the danger zone. It was starting to congeal, so I'm warming it back up. You have to stir it the entire time or it might burn. You know, this is actually great because we're covering a lot of like edge cases and stuff. That's like, oh no, I have the wrong pan. Oh no, it froze or something. There's nothing to panic about. For people that don't know how to cook, they can actually do this. Okay, then we pour the warm, not burnt, syrup over the top and sprinkle the candied hazelnuts on top of that. And done. I thought there were blueberries in these or something. Oh, picture. Oh, it doesn't even let us skip. We just have to bask in it. Look at that. What on earth? Why is there a Steam replay graph? Now... Normally I would eat the whole thing myself, but you guys worked so hard on this. Oh, we only made enough for one serving? So we should all share. I cannot eat. Oh, right. Well, more for me. I'll just eat the extra pancake that didn't fit the stick. But that's the sad one. Sad, lonely, undecorated. Never mind. Professional at work. You want to eat the rest of these at a table? Everybody's just going to be outside like, oh, right, we need to make more for you. You're still eating the first one? All right, then, let's take a break from the kitchen. Hello, you. I'm still here for some reason. It's the fridge. No pans inside. Anyway, we gotta hurry up because that thing's gonna get cold fast. Oh, hi, people. Oh, no. I completely forgot we were open early today. How long have you guys been waiting? 87 minutes and 15 seconds. Is it actually counting? Oh, it is counting because I left for 40 minutes. Oh, I just got here. Hi, Nico. Hi, lamplighter man. I have a name. What are you guys doing back in the kitchen? I was teaching Ling how to make pancakes. Ling can make the rest of the pancakes now. But doesn't Ling already know how to make pancakes? Not these special ones my mama makes. Thank you for sharing that with me. I learned a lot today. Ling's gonna make so much money from this. So the master has become the student. Mostly about molecules, but I can see why you like these so much now. It's a very involved recipe. Almost more like a cake than a pancake. Don't you dare compare it to a cake. That's so cool! Me next, I have to go next! Oh, you want to learn how to make these pancakes too? You can't be a little too young. Come on. Even an older kid like Nico was scared of some parts. Yeah, I wasn't scared. It's just self-defense. Good answer. I taught them so well. Like Kung Fu? Huh? Were you karate chopping all the pots and pans because you were scared? What? No? Because I would. Do you mean like self-preservation? Yeah, that. I don't know that word. I just don't want to be near a hot stove. Especially not around sugar lava. Exactly. Nico was just being responsible. Can you eat the lava? Absolutely do not eat the lava. And the responsible thing for me to do is not anywhere near a stove. Teach you how to make these pancakes when you're a little or a lot older, okay? No, I want to teach you how to make my favorite food. It does not have lava. Oh, in that case, sure. It's open house day in the kitchen. You know, oh, hi. What's going on? I can't talk to you. Okay. Oh, we're all going in. Do you got any bread? Is this a sandwich? Sure, but it's just pre-sliced, not the loaves you guys normally have. That's even better. Now we don't have to cut it. Okay, you gotta cook the bread on a pan over hot coals. We have a toaster. That's even better. Now get some yogurt and mix in some salt and seasons. Seasons? Like spring and summer? Of course not, silly. Winter it is. That's not what I mean, and you know it. I'm assuming you want sea moss salt. We got a shipment from the Glen a while ago. Sea moss salt. We also have garlic salt. It tastes similar, but a lot stronger. Give me the garlics. We don't get this much back home. Okay, mix the salt with the yogurt, then just spread this on the bread with a spoon. Then I like to rub up some fish into little pieces and put it on top. This, I could try this, you know. Smoked fish, not alive. Do you got any? We have a cooked smoked salmon. Will that work? My favorite. It was kind of raw though. Did we cook it first? Then I like to put some seeds on top of the fish to make it crunchy. Will these artisanal toasted sesame seeds work? I'll take it. Look at that. Oh, they are cooked. Okay. Yeah, that is the right color. I think. I actually know what salmon is supposed to look like. Another Steam replay. Inferior. So, oh, you want to make something too? I was actually just gonna order my regular jug of coffee, but breakfast won't work. Dude, I don't think you've eaten in the whole 10 years. Are you good? Look at you. Eating! I see? Cover your eyes, kids. Or your parents might get mad. Step 1. Toast slice of bread. Cover it with butter, room temperature. Sprinkle onions and coffee and sugar to taste. And done. Oh, that's what he eats secretly this whole time. It tastes okay. It probably does. It just, the powder is, that's the only problem. It's not that it tastes bad. The powder is going to be really hard to chew up and digest though. That's the problem. Oh, that's breakfast. For lunch, I normally mix the instant coffee into some 3-minute noodles. The cup kind. You don't need to add the sugar. Or if I'm really in a rush, I just put a scoop of coffee into a bag of uncooked. I think you should leave the kitchen. Come on, it actually wasn't that bad. Like we can improve from there. Just that his job it's just the job. It's not him, you know. Anyway, I should probably start the coffee machines. Do you want any, Nico? No thanks. Coffee is for grown-ups. I heard it's really bitter. Only if you drink it black. You might like it in a decaf, hazelnut, cappuccino, or matcha latte, though. I only understood one of those words. I like it black. Wait, that was so much fun! Too bad we didn't get to karate chop any pans, though. Please do not do that. Are there just more people out here or something? Yep. Hello! Have you been here this whole time? Don't go running off like that. Sheesh. Sorry, I got hungry. Foraging food is so easy in the city, though. The nice guy at the cafe feeds me for free because I am very cute and also a baby. Can't argue with that. And he gives me, this guy here, free food because he doesn't take care of himself. It's like being a grown-up, but his house is probably really messy. Hey, just saying. Oh, hey, what's with all the decorations? Is it someone's birthday? Where even are you? Oh, oh, okay. Sorry, the bird people are hard to tell apart. Did you just notice? It's the 10th year anniversary. Anniversary of what? Someone's wedding, or? I don't think anyone here is married. You should not have said that, dude. That's a community dude. It's the anniversary of the original. Oh, right, you weren't around for that. That's okay, neither was I. I was, I think. What are anniversaries but grim reminders that we were inching another year closer to our inevitable demise? It doesn't have to be grim, you know. Just a reminder. I wasn't around either. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just here for emotional support. Amazing. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of us got here pretty late, didn't we? Especially me. Yeah, you really lost me there. Though it was 10 years ago. You think I can remember that far back? He doesn't. But I'm not gonna pass up an excuse to party. Hey. Hey. Anyway, where's all the booze? What a crowd. Oh, the kid came in just after talking about the booze. I'll say. Looks like we got a lot of cooking to do now, huh? Oh, I'll help. Oh, good, okay. We can make... Yeah? More pancakes, amazing. Pancakes? Pancakes! Count me in, you know, I'm always up for some breakfast for dinner. George, it's 8 in the morning, we're having breakfast for breakfast. Let me guess, you pulled an all-nighter on those manuscripts again? You know it. Breakfast for dinner, for breakfast. For lunch. Because we already ate. Pancakes. That makes me nostalgic. We haven't seen them in a long time, haven't we? Yeah. What are you two whispering about? Just reminiscing. Nico? Huh? These must be important to you. Of course. This is my mama's special recipe. They're my favorite thing to eat ever. Ah, how wonderful. You don't want to know how long these took to make, though. I was there. But that time is not wasted if you spend it on something you care about. It's true. These pancakes turn out really good because we spent a lot of time on them. They won't make you sick unless you eat 100 of them. How would you know, Nico? 5,500 grams. Oh, that sounds amazing. Eating 100? See? If they're as good as you say, we just might. Collectively. I can't eat 100 pancakes by myself. That's quitter talk. Speaking of whom, Lampman, I have a name. You're not gonna bail on us again, are you? I was just gonna go back to work, but I guess everyone is staying, so I'd be super awkward if I left now. Yeah, sure, I'll stay. I could go for a second breakfast. I'm a growing baby bird and my body demands nutrients. They made so much more memey. Nutrients, but it's mostly just sugar. Ah, it's a party, so who cares? Sugar's a nutrient, technically. Here you go. That means we get to use as much as we want. That's the spirit. Spirit? There are no spirits here. You sure about that? Under his breath. I'm talking about booze. Oh, Magpie, we just said it's like 8 in the morning. What? I'm not getting much. Just a shot. Just one. I don't think this is the right kind of establishment for booze. One shot. Kip's right, we just have breakfast foods here, mostly. Like the hundreds of pancakes coming up. Or however many orders we get. Let's not keep everyone waiting. Okay, I'll get back to work then. See you in a bit. Hey, I said I want to help. Don't start without me. Oh, I thought we were gonna go talk to everybody. Just like, wait. '10th anniversary. Thank you for oh, come on, man. Thank you for all your support in the last 10 years. Hey, I helped. Like, afterwards, I think, actually. So, like, is this, like, actually... Does Night Margin have a thing for pancakes, and this became a thing in the game? Or was this a random idea? Oh, yeah, Nico likes pancakes. And then, later, the recipe formed. Like, which came first? The margin or the pancake? That's the question here, right? See you next time. What, you mean in the other margin? Is the game just gonna yep. Yep. Well, with that, I had an outro planned, but I kind of, what was I gonna say? Hold on. I think I might premiere this and then do a stream after the premiere is over. That's what I was thinking, if it works out, because I want to update the channel banner because it's a little outdated now and it needs a background. So I think we should make a new one with like Nico and stuff. That would be pretty fun. Do on stream. Maybe even do like a one-shot run. I'm not sure. We might do a one-shot run because I need the achievements. But with that, if you did like the video, if you could do that, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Liking the weird meta stuff I've been doing in my videos more often recently. It's getting weird. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's also very introspective for me. I'll be on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That was it, I guess. Yeah.